It's good for me, and it is my duty, it is my purpose to contribute to what is going on between Nigeria and President Donald Trump. The President Donald Trump is in his position to threaten Nigeria concerning the homicidio, the attack the Christians in Nigeria. Why? Because I'm going to give him a credit because the Nigerian government is as if they are not taking it so serious. They are not taking the Nigerians so important before the Donald Trump came to say that Nigeria are the Nigerian, there is attacks in Nigeria. So if such a thing is happening, we'll be saying it several times, we'll be saying it several occasions, talking on social media that Nigerian government is like they have something common or something that they are benefiting from this terrorist act. But in my own case, I would like to call to the federal government of Nigeria, if really they are in the position to end insecurity in Nigeria, there are people which are professional in anti-terrorists, which they know how to capture these very people. And again, I saw a video on social media where an helicopter is addressing the terrorists, making business with them in form of negotiation with them, in form of negotiating with them. So we know that we trying to track that very helicopter. As we are trying to track that very helicopter, in other way, sometimes when you see that something is wrong, we are trying to help the situation to enable us to find out little assistance that we can enable us to get this the founder who is in charge. If you go to, there are some things you should do, and there are things we are doing that I am myself doing. Immediately, when Donald Trump says that he wanted to invade Nigeria, myself, I was trying to put things in order to enable me to get the result of what President Donald Trump is trying to do. And what the President Donald Trump is trying to do, we may be thinking that it's coming for our mineral resources, not any of such. If we think that it's coming to have a camp in Nigeria, none of such. Why? Because the Nigerian government are sitting on the autumn pot. They don't even want to end this insecurity. Today it's now become a general business. Why many people are coming to recruit themselves to the terrorists because they're benefiting in the terrorism act more than in the government. So, to me, I said that if the government really wanted to end the insecurity, the government should call for help. I said it several times. The government should make a provision what we can use to help the government. I've been seeing this on social media. We track them. We see how we can be able to engage these people. And the way we can engage them, we have all these kids on our hands, how we can engage these people. How can we engage these people? We have to engage them one by one. And there is a way. It's not everything that we can be able to expose on this social media. You know, I saw a video. Let me just keep the words in order together, enable us to get some point, because most of you that been hearing what I'm saying, you should be taking a point from all I'm saying. The very helicopter that you say that is negotiating, that was posted on social media, and I tried to capture that very person that's coming out from the helicopter. I captured his picture. We do the drafting and everything. We put in his Google search. These are the things we can do. We put in the Google search, but the Google search denied it. Before in olden days, if you put such a picture in Google search picture, it's going to bring the references, something relevant to that very picture, enable you to choose from where this very person is from, or some of his pages, like Facebook page, Twitter pages, before he used to appear. But now, the result, when we're trying to do the searching, the result is telling us that that very person, the result is absolutely not acceptable to give us the result of what we're looking for. So, the Nigerian government and the Nigerian army should know how to capture that very picture, to find a way to get a solid application, pay for the application. The application will give you the clues of that very person, the place he works, the house he lives, and all what he did. In Twitter and everything, you can be able to work towards him, not by announcing it on social media. Gradually, you can find a way to get those kind of people. Those are the things that you need to know in the security, because most of Nigerians, chief of army staffs, they are all there sitting down. But I'm using this opportunity to call to the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Nigerian is for every one of us. Nigerian is our country. We'll be trying us always enable us to end this terrorists and this insecurity. But I could remember one time when former President Muhammad Buhari, he called on me personally to come and assist, but the provision enable me to do the assistance is not available, it's not providable. When it is not providable, how can we work? We cannot be able to work. In this case of this terrorist issue, it's a thing that can handle it. And I give Nigeria 100% my word. Give me just only 1 year, I will end all the terrorists in Nigeria without any sort of terrorism in that very country any longer. But if the government is sitting on the hot pot, like I said earlier, and how do we help them? How can we enable such people who wanted to assist, who wanted to contribute in order to enable to end this insecurity? How can we? So I'm calling on the federal government of Nigeria to know what to do to call people who are in the position, who can be able to take Nigeria to the destination of peace, destination of liberty. So if the government is calling upon us, I'm right here to assist. I'm here to assist. And when these things is taking a place, we youth, we call on ourselves that if the government refuses, like they don't want to put an attention to we that we're shouting, we're calling the calling on the government to do something on time. That is the reason why we call on division of Nigeria. That is why we said Yoruba should be out of Nigeria. But if the government is really wanted to do something, we should call ourselves together, call the people in charge who knows the way to handle all these situations, all this insecurity. But if the government refuses to listen to the people who is interested to offer an assistance, to offer is professional, we cannot be able to get to anywhere. That is the reason why I'm not going to be against what the President Donald Trump is saying. The President Donald Trump, he may say it just slowly, but sounds loudly, because he's in the position why people always always putting in the mind that maybe they're coming to put a camp in the country, or they wanted to come for resources, minerals, and all that. No such. It's someone that uses the Mr. President to say what he's saying. It is not of his concern. It is not of his position to say that he's coming to invade Nigeria. It is our people by ourselves that is trying to pushes him, enable him to say what he's saying. So we Nigerians and this present administration, the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, should call on Nigerians, should open up to Nigerians, to call to Nigerians who are in the position to fight the terrorists, that have the powers, that have the knowledge to engage the terrorists. This is not something of corruption. We cannot be trying to fight the fire and we're using corruption to do killing fire. We cannot be using such an idea. And again, the president, Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, sometimes he may be focusing on different direction. But in my own speech, you should try as much as possible to think otherwise in all what he's doing and all whatever he's trying to do. Some of the things like infrastructure that Mr. President put in mind, if we beautify the country and there's no security, that is not a good governance that people want. That is not what it is. It is that the president, as I am saying right here, the Mr. President should look for a way to call in a better way the Nigerians who are capable, who have the pronunciations, who can project whenever they call for projection, to go and do what they ask them to do. If the Nigerian armies are corrupt today, they are into wets, they are into woman trafficking, they are into arms trafficking, and etc., etc. But in my own case, I trained in America. I train as anti-terrorist. I know what it is. And some people may be saying, or several people saying this, that if I am there, I'm going to carry my own path. That is not the way to deliver the country. That is not the way to carry the peoples along. If the president of the Nigerian government is fit to call on me, then we train the Nigerian armies, we carry peoples along, then we know what other things to do. Then we do the sketching, then we engage the terrorists. Believe me, I deliver Nigeria with victory. I deliver Nigeria into a peace land. That's my word. You know, this happened to every one of us, not only some parts, maybe because it is happening in northerners, or it is happening that it has not been coming to our place. But gradually it's affecting us sometimes. Gradually it's touching us. So for us to end it once and for all, that is the message the President Donald Trump is sending to Nigeria. And the President of Federal Republic of Nigeria of today, he should know whom to call. This is not a game, an in-between game or internal game. This is the worldwide game. Call all Nigerians, call the professional. Let them engage this insecurity. Let them engage these terrorists. There are softwares. There are ways we're going to fight these terrorists and we're going to put them to an end. It's a message that Donald Trump is sending to Nigeria, and especially to the Mr. President. including all Nigerians all over the world who wanted to contribute, who wanted to help. So the government should carry them along. The government, the Bola Ahmed Tinubu, should carry people along. It should not be ignoring or thinking that this is a selfishness game. This is not a selfishness game, because when you know the rules and the regulation of leadership, when it gets to a stage, you call for people and you call for the citizenship free of arm carrying, in order them to defend themselves and defend their nation. But it has come to this for several times, but we have never heard any of this from the president. The former president did his own perfect best. We may be thinking that Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari did not do anything. He did a lot of things. I am here to say that he called on us, but there's the provision that was not there. But if the Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you want us to help, you want us to come in, he can call, and we do the provision, and we write down there, and we do what we're supposed to do, what we know how to do. This is not by calling the international group. I am a Nigerian. So if I am Nigerian, I need to do all I have to do, enable me to let my people be at peace and be in rest. So if you call on me, I'm going to offer you the open door. I'm going to give you welcome hands, Mr. President. So if the President Donald Trump is saying some words, he's calling you and he's sending you a message, calling all Nigerians in every corners of the world. So it is your duty, Mr. President, to call all Nigerians, to link to Nigerians, to contact with Nigerians, to see what they can do. And some other thing that I wanted to say sometimes. If you see American soldiers that are Nigerians, let me just clear this to Mr. President. If you see some American soldiers, we can't use such a group or such a companies in order to fight terrorists in our country. To us, we are private army. I am a private soldier, and the private soldiers, we know how we operate. Today, let me just explain some little things right here. The Americans, the Russia, the Ukrainians are using the private armies. Depends the way you train them. Depends on capacitation they have. If we have our training with Nigerian armies and training some other group, and we give them the ways, and we do the architecting of engaging to the terrorists, give us 12 months, we hand them all. If we are open to foreign military, foreign soldier like an American soldier, all what we're going to have is absolutely nothing. We're not going to achieve anything. So if the Mr. President is really wanted to fight the terrorists, he should know where to call for assistance. This is my message. You should know I'm ready to offer. I'm ready to fight and defend and protect my people in my country. If the Mr. President really, the message of Mr. President Donald Trump touches him, he knows the meanings, why the Mr. President Donald Trump is calling on Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to act immediately. It is the duty for the Mr. President to listen to this very message and to do something on time. This are the message to the Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.